Marquez then, 4 laps to go across the line, and the gap is 9/10 again. He did well. A good response on that lap from Marquez.
He's riding out of his skin at the moment, Marquez, just to keep that 9/10, 1 second buffer. Oliveira has thrown absolutely everything at him here. He can't do any more than Oliveira. He's ridden an absolutely fantastic race. Just trying to push Marquez into some kind of mistake.
There are journalists at the moment in the media centre and around the world typing up the biggest comeback story in MotoGP. Just poised and waiting, and there's a man just behind ready to spoil all of that.
Well, there's been some great motorcycling comebacks. You think of Mick doing in 1992 his horrible leg injuries in Assen. He came back to win 5 MotoGP world titles. You think recently, of course, of the brilliant Ana Carrasco, a Supersport 300 winner last weekend after such a serious back injury. But this would be a fairy tale for Marc Marquez.
And he's just stretched the advantage. Has Miguel Oliveira used too much tyre in pursuit of Marc Marquez, because the gap's gone over a second again, and there'll only be 3 laps to go when we cross the line next time.
KTM Motorsport Director, there's Takeo Yokoyama. He's been under severe pressure. Criticism about the current Honda and its lack of results. Marquez, 1.2 seconds. Of course, we were thinking about how Marquez was under pressure from Oliveira, but likewise, Marquez's pace was keeping the pressure fully on Miguel Oliveira, and as Marquez broken that resistance, because there was a big gap, significant gap on that last lap between the pairs.
It's 1.5, it's done. It's done in terms of that gap. Unless Marc has a moment himself, he's broken Miguel Oliveira. He's just, I think, accepted second. In the meantime, Binder, what a job from him. He's through on Jack Miller. We have KTM second and third. Excellent from the South African. Pecco Bagnaia now challenging Aleix Espargaro, and he might even have something to say about his teammate up ahead as well.
Bagnaia was doing more than race distance on that medium rear tyre. He's got so much knowledge, information. He knows he was going to be quick at this stage of the race. He's just been waiting for everybody else's tyre to drop off a cliff. Pecco Bagnaia, he might just here be letting Binder streak away. Marquez has been absolutely phenomenal, supreme. Looks like he's finally broken Oliveira's resistance. The gap now is up to 1.5 seconds, still through the third sector.
Last July, when we returned to MotoGP action, the biggest crash of Marc Marquez's career. A career ender, some thought. We thought he might be back at the end of last year. It wasn't to be. It's been a sorry story. It's been a sad one. He had an emotional return in Portimao. Now he's on the brink of some comeback story. The comeback king, the king of the ring. He's on for another one. He's undefeated run. May well continue here. He's just got a lap and 3/4 of the Sachsenring circuit left. And he's up to 2 seconds clear now on Miguel Oliveira.
It's over. The only man that can beat Marc Marquez in this Grand Prix now is Marc Marquez himself. And when he's normally in these positions, he gets the job done. This is Binder finding her way up to 4th place ahead of Jack Miller. What a ride it's been for Brad Binder. The podium's just going to elude him. We're not going to see 2 KTMs on the podium in Germany, but he's done an outstanding job to come from the 5th row.
But you cannot fault this man. His determination to come back to compete. He worked so hard in that test in Catalonia. He wanted to be ready for this one. And it looks like now the moment has arrived, because as Marc Marquez climbs over the hill and crosses the line, he's got 1 lap left.
And what must be going through the minds of everybody connected to Marc Marquez? He has been through some of the darkest days you could imagine, worried about whether his career would be finished by that serious fractured right humerus in Jerez last year. Nobody can imagine the mental and physical turmoil that this man has gone through over the last 11 months or so, but nearly 600 days after his last MotoGP success, Marc Marquez stands on the brink of a fairy tale victory here in the Sachsenring.
Alberto Puig looking on. He's had some tough times in the last few months. Marquez is half a lap away from glory once more, from celebrating. He's not been on the podium. A few twitches there, and Santi can't believe it. The Repsol Honda guys better get ready on the edge of pit wall. Their man's coming home.
This has been truly remarkable. It's going to be truly emotional as well. There's going to be a few tears down in that Repsol Honda garage, because Marc Marquez, he is going to remain the undisputed king of the Sachsenring. What a comeback, what a return, what a race, what a world champion.
Just one more corner left. The checkered flag is out. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. And still the king of the ring, Marc Marquez wins here in Germany.
But for the 11th consecutive year, the 8th successive year in MotoGP, it's Marc Marquez that comes to the top step of the podium in the Sachsenring. Emotion etched all over the face of his manager and mentor, Emilio Alzamora. Marc Marquez is back. He is the king of the Sachsenring yet again. Come true. As we mentioned, there's been some great returns from